Pinnacle. 5 Principles That Take Your Business to the Top of the Mountain by Preda and Gregory Cleary. Hi everyone. Today I am going to review the book, Pinnacle. 5 Principles That Take Your Business to the Top of the Mountain by Preda and Gregory Cleary. Your business operating system should incorporate 5 principles that prioritize people, purpose, playbooks, performance and profitable results. Pinnacle business guides address entrepreneurs who want to create tailored operating systems that fit their individual companies. Every business has its unique characteristics, so every business operating system is different. A tailored operating system like Pinnacle works best in 3 kinds of businesses. In the first, senior executives feel exasperated. They believe they could perform at a higher level if they could establish superior practices and incorporate what they're learning from their operations. In the second business model, leaders seek to build an exceptional business in the context of their industry. In the third, senior executives believe strongly their company could expand, but they need assistance. Within these categories, Pinnacle works best for privately held businesses. Unless leaders have a direct equity stake in a business and its performance, senior executives may lack the incentive to make uncomfortable choices. Pinnacle helps entrepreneurs assemble teams that can manage their businesses. However, executives who don't want to share information about important aspects of their business won't be able to establish an effective team-based approach, since that depends on the candid flow of information. If you ask 100 business owners whether they want their businesses to grow, 98 will answer yes. However, the number of proprietors actually willing to pay the price of growth is much smaller. By deciding to adopt the Pinnacle model, senior executives who passionately want their company to grow agree to accept coaching, and to share information transparently. To thrive, businesses should abide by the priorities expressed in Pinnacle's 5 principles. People first. Then purpose, playbooks, performance and profit. Align your people with your culture to offer value to your clientele. A business must deliver goods and services to its customers, and that requires building a robust culture, setting up smooth functioning, selecting the right people and getting them the right seats on the bus, according to Jim Collins, author of Good to Great. Companies also must get the wrong people off the bus. Culture consists of meaningful values. Collins calls them core values in his book Beyond Entrepreneurship, that shape how executives and workers interact with one another, their customers and other stakeholders. Large companies often say they stand for values like professionalism and integrity, but these phrases lack sufficient definition to guide employee actions. Identifying your company's core values requires focusing on its strengths and admitting that trade-offs are being made. Core values have flip sides, and a business cannot be attractive to all kinds of employees and be all things to all customers. A company's founders and their associates typically define the firm's core values. Successful businesses need strong core values because as they expand, their founders' influence usually diminishes. The core values then play an increasingly vital role in spreading the founder's intent across a large organization. To survive, any business must get work, usually through sales, do work, usually through production and delivery, and get paid, generally through administrative systems. The CEO or a second-in-command takes charge of these functions and defines what they should achieve. Businesses should identify their outstanding employees and give them more responsibility. They must decide whom they would rank as B-level or C-tier workers and decide what to do about them. Author Vern Harnish's Scaling Up program suggests one format for a talent assessment chart that managers can use or adjust to measure their staff members' productivity and adaptation to the corporate culture. On a 1 to 10 ranking, those who achieve 9 or 10 points in both performance and cultural adaptation are your most outstanding employees. Usually, they constitute about 20% of your workforce and produce 80% of your results. Potentially outstanding employees may score high on either adaptation or culture, but not both. Encourage their growth and performance. Lower-scoring employees with mediocre performance scores can waste management time. People who score 6 to 10 on culture and 1 to 5 on productivity are your campers. They are likable and fun, but they tend to fall behind in their work. Campers are great people to share a beer and a story with around the campfire, but don't count on them to raise tents or cook dinner. Those who score less than 5 on both measures are both unkind and unproductive. They undermine your company, so get rid of them. In today's economy, most businesses consider their people their most precious asset. Any business that wants to expand must develop its employees' capabilities. Senior executives should coach their team members, spurring their growth not by giving them all the answers, but by asking questions that prompt them to think. Your vision, strategy and alignment should express your purpose. Every enterprise needs 3 kinds of vision to become more effective. The first vision should delineate the company's reason to exist. Leaders should develop and share what Collins and Jerry Porras call Big Hairy Audacious Goals, BHAG, meaningful visions of where they want the business to be in a 7 to 20 year time frame. And they need what Pinnacle calls medium-term milestones, markers a business hopes to hit in 3 to 5 years. Paint a compelling reason and future for your organization that is worth striving for. Together with your leadership team, figure out how you will get there and sell everyone on that plan, so that all the human energy of your business is channeled toward achieving your organization's vision. After a business delineates its vision, it must define its strategy to achieve its goals. Senior leaders must align vision and strategy and create a striking rationale for the company's existence, a strong objective that impels the workforce to strive to achieve it. The right goals will fill your colleagues with enthusiasm and draw outstanding talent to your company. You may find that your purpose won't energize certain employees, who will decide to quit. That works in your favor because you can replace them with people who passionately believe in the company's vision. Create a playbook for your business. Most businesses that don't grow fail to create playbooks for their operations. To create your playbook, you must define, ingrain and optimize your processes. Definition calls for creating a company Bible that contains the crucial playbooks for your business. Businesses that sell franchises provide playbooks franchisees then use to govern their operations. McDonald's Hamburger University, for example, shows its franchisees how to run a business that makes a profit, even when employee turnover reaches 300%. Creating systems for your business has many benefits, such as the ability to set up a payroll protection program. Pinnacle uses the acronym PPP to express the idea of playbooks taking pressure off people. When a business creates playbooks of its best practices, its employees work confidently and consistently. McDonald's Hamburger University is not about cooking hamburgers. It's about running a business where 15-year-olds work alongside 50-year-olds and where a restaurant can turn a predictable profit even when staff turns over 3 times a year. The less senior management involve themselves in daily operations, the more time they have to lead. The people who report to them typically have less experience and thus need to follow playbooks. Companies can also turn to management blueprints, which author Michael Gerber pioneered in his books The E-Myth and The E-Myth Revisited. Develop a system that drives performance. Denver business coach Richard Palmer Smith suggests viewing your company as a 3-legged stool. The legs consist of the business's vision, its strategy and its structured accountability. Structured accountability helps establish and achieve goals. Your business needs all 3 legs to grow and perform. Reliable Technology Services, RTS, for example, is a managed service provider in Baltimore, Maryland. It helps small and medium-sized businesses grow through effective technology application. The company's initial rapid growth required its employees to work under great stress. The business reached the limits of its growth when its 4 main employees couldn't take on any more work. The example of RTS raises the question of how companies can grow without exhausting their most valuable employees. Achieving your vision requires developing a system to drive performance. Stephen Covey's 1989 classic, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, outlines a ROCKS approach that can help you develop your system. Covey calls growth goals that aren't urgent, ROCKS. And he calls pressing but insignificant tasks, pebbles and sand. Covey illustrates that filling a container with pebbles and sand leaves no room for rocks. He insists that companies should undertake a certain number of rocks each quarter in addition to their usual commitments. The idea of weekly metrics is to keep your team on track with achieving results in real time. Accountants tend to be skeptical of this approach because they are used to measuring performance retrospectively, when all the information is in for the month or the quarter. Analyze your financial targets and break them into weekly parameters for different roles and employees. This can include creating a scoreboard for senior executives and departments. Construct a game out of reaching your targeted metrics, and encourage your employees to win every week and every quarter. When you have created your rocks and scoreboard, use these tools in meetings that provide a communication platform within teams. Meetings enable colleagues to address each other's concerns and to tackle troublesome issues. Develop meeting structures that help your people address these issues constructively. Your profitability indicates the value the marketplace places on your products or services. Use 3 practices to address profitability. Benchmark your company against its rivals. Engineer your offerings to have the right value to validate your price, and sustain that profit over time. To reach top profitability, examine your economies of scale and your cost structure. Map out a strategy to protect and maintain your profit margins. In the early 1970s, for example, Japanese car manufacturers offered vehicles in the United States at prices 20% to 30% below American car manufacturers' price tags. Japanese brands had little traction in the U.S. market, so their manufacturers had to provide a substantial discount. They accomplished this goal via the value engineering strategy. Japanese manufacturers first determined a price at which American buyers would find their cars valuable. Then they developed a process enabling them to build and market a car profitably at that price. The Japanese car brands were little known and little trusted at the time, and the manufacturers had to offer a substantial price advantage for the Honda Accord and the Datsun Violet to be competitive with the Ford Pinto and the Chevrolet Vega. More than 2 decades later, Korean car manufacturers used the same approach to compete with the Japanese, who had built a substantial presence in the U.S. car market. Later, Elon Musk used a similar strategy at both SpaceX and Tesla. Your business can employ similar strategies to increase profitability to match the companies that lead your market, while retaining price competitiveness. Consider targeting low-hanging fruit, such as increasing the cost of your offering, unless you manufacture a commodity. If your offering benefits your customers, talk to your buyers and explain why you need to increase your fees. If you need additional, but aligned, products to sell, consider forming partnerships with other companies. Examine whether you can increase your profits by cutting overhead, perhaps through reducing the size of your office or moving your firm away from an expensive urban area. Takeaways. Your business operating system should incorporate 5 principles that prioritize people, purpose, playbooks, performance and profitable results. Align your people with your culture to offer value to your clientele. Your vision, strategy and alignment should express your purpose. Create a playbook for your business. Develop a system that drives performance. Your profitability indicates the value the marketplace places on your products or services. Please like, share and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.